Hello. Our next story this week is called Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon by Patty Lovell, illustrated by David Catrow. And the first thing that I really want you to do is look at the illustration on the cover and what do you already notice about Molly Lou Melon's size compared to the other objects in the illustration? All right, we're going to see how that plays a role in the story. So, Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon. Molly Lou Melon stood just taller than her dog and was the shortest girl in the first grade. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Walk as proudly as you can and the world will look up to you." So she did. Molly Lou Melon had buck teeth that stuck out so far she could stack pennies on them. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Smile big and the world will smile right alongside you." So she did. Molly Lou Melon had a voice that sounded like a bullfrog being squeezed by a boa constrictor. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Sing out clear and strong and the world will cry tears of joy." In this picture, Molly kind of looks like a frog to me. So, how do you think the plants and animals feel about her voice? And if you look closely at the illustration, how do you know how they feel? So, she did. Molly Lou Melon was often fumble-fingered. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Believe in yourself and the world will believe in you too." So she did. What have we learned about Molly Lou Melon so far? How does she feel about herself? Talk about that. Then Molly Lou Melon moved to a new town. She had to say goodbye to her grandma and all of her friends. And started in a new school. On the first day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Shrimpo in gym class. When the game started, Molly Lou Melon caught the football, ran under the legs of Ronald Durkin, and scored a touchdown. All the children thought, "Wow, she's good." And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. What does foolish mean? And why do you think Ronald Durkin felt foolish? On the second day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Bucky-Tooth Beaver. Molly Lou Melon took out her pennies, stacked them 10 high on her teeth, and smiled. As big as day. All the children smiled with glee, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. Why does Ronald Durkin feel foolish this time? And how did the other children feel about Molly Lou Melon? the third day of school, Ronald Durkin said, "You sound like a sick duck. Honk honk." Molly Lou Melon sang out, "Quack!" so clear and strong that it made Ronald Durkin somersault backwards, hit his head, and have to go to the nurse. All the children cried with joy to be free of Ronald Durkin for the rest of the afternoon. And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the fourth day of school, Ronald Durkin said that she'd make the snowflake all wrong. But Molly Lou Melon opened up her paper and revealed the most beautiful snowflake of all. All the children oohed and ahed, even Ronald. On the fifth day of school, Ronald Durkin brought Molly Lou Melon a stacking penny for her tooth and smiled at her. What do you think Ronald has learned? How has he changed on this page versus how he was in the other pages? That night, Molly Lou Melon took out a pencil and paper and wrote a letter to her grandma. "Dear Grandma, I wanted to tell you that everything you told me was exactly right. Love, Molly Lou Melon." What do you notice about Grandma? I'm going to read you the author and illustrator information, and then I have a quick question for you about that. So, Patty Lovell, the author, has gotten the best advice from her mother since she was a little girl. The most important thing she ever told her was, "Be true to yourself." Patty has taught elementary school in Virginia, London, Harlem, and on Long Island. She currently teaches first grade in Great Neck, New York, and lives in Glen Cove. This is her first picture book. David Catrow is the illustrator of many books for children, including I Want a Iguana and I Want a New Room. He was drawn to the story by Molly Lou's positive attitude, and the image he created was inspired by a tiny premature baby girl named Emily Ann. Her energy and zest for life made sure her size hasn't gotten in her way. And David lives with his family in Springfield, Ohio, right next door to Emily. So, who in the author Patty's life and who in the illustrator David's life is like Molly Lou Melon in the story? So, who in their lives kind of gave them inspiration for this story? And then my final question is, how is Molly Lou Melon a role model? How does she do things that make her someone that the other kids look up to? Thanks for listening. Bye.